I stole a dude's wallet in New York, and I got on an airplane, and I went down to Florida, and I tried to rob a drug dealer, and I tried to do just, I was sitting there. I was so angry. I was going to kill myself. I was on, I'll never forget this day. I didn't want my folks to see me in prison handcuffs no more, you know? So I was going to buy a raft, and I was going to go out in the ocean, and I was going to have one last party with all the foods that I loved. Then I was going to stab the raft, wait for the sharks after I cut my wrists, you know? And then I was going to cap myself and go. Then I said, no, I'm going back. So I turned myself back in. They put me on death row in Florida. And I went back and I faced it, you know? So they beat me for 4 minutes, man. They broke my face, broke my back, crushed me, man, tortured me. And I thought, I'm going to get you back. You know, for all the days you made me go in a cage and beat some other prisoner while you stood there with a club laughing at me. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to make sure I start being a loving person again. So I'm sitting there in 1985, 1986 with 105 years plus a death penalty. And I decided, fuck this. I'm going to be a nice guy. So I started to learn, okay, I suffer from aphasia. I had my head beaten in with a rock. So
what is aphasia?
Aphasia can be identified simply in people who have stuttering disorder. Their brain and their vernacular abilities are distorted by a disruption in their brain. Either their brain is functioning too fast or their mouth is functioning too fast, or there's a combination of it misfiring. And aphasia can be through trauma or through genetics. And aphasia affected my life so much as a young person, I never had the respect to listen to people because I couldn't function, I couldn't articulate, I couldn't speak. When I was at trial, people spoke words that I didn't understand. And it frustrated me. And when I tried to speak and I'd stutter, people would be like, duh, 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 come on, retard, what do you got to say? So, after that beating, where they beat me for 4 minutes and they broke my face, I began practicing speaking to myself. Every day, I learned new words, and I taught myself how to correctly articulate that word into a sentence beautifully for my own self, in my cell, every day. And then I became very, very good at writing. I began helping other prisoners. I became the most dangerous prisoner that they held because I cared about other men. I wrote to their mothers. I wrote letters to their lawyers. I gave up opportunities for people to write books about me so I could help another innocent man. I did all those things because that's how I got back at them for what they did to me.